Hello and welcome to Cracking the Cryptic and some more bonus content as we're trying to put on 2 videos a day during the lockdown. Hope everybody's still well out there. Today's puzzle is one that's been requested. Simon did a puzzle from Sam Cappelman-Lyne's recent collection in which weirdly the 6x6 puzzles were theoretically harder than the 9x9s, but with Sam's puzzles, they're never that easy, and that's something we generally know. So, the killer from this collection was the one voted by you guys as the one you'd most like to see us do in the 9x9s, and I've got it here. So, gonna have a go and see how we get on. With Sam's puzzles, there's often something very clever going on, but we'll see. So you can try it before you watch the video if you want. It's on the link below the video in our software, designed by Sam appropriately. So anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at this. Now, it's a partial killer. Not every square is covered, as in some killers. In fact, all the cages are in a 7x7 square in the middle, and they've got these little window squares in them. Now these window squares are good. 11, I know from doing lots of killer Sudokus, 11 in 4 digits, which can't repeat, has to be 1, 2, 3, 5. And just above it we've got a 23 in 3 digits, that's 9, 8, 6 in some order. Oh, and there's a 29 in 4, which is 9875. That's the only way it can be done. Now, okay, that's a start. 12 has to have 1 and 2 in it when it's 4 digits. It can be either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So that at least takes 1 and 2 away from that cell. I'm going to put 1 and 2 in the corners of those cells because they have to be somewhere in that box there. The others aren't so useful. 1 has to be in the 8, but it could be 1, 2, 5 or 1, 4, 3. Okay, here we go. The 16 in 5 cells in the middle, that also has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's no other way of doing it. You can kind of work that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be 15. And you just need 1 more than that, and there's only one of those numbers you can add to and not get one of the other numbers. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and that means that this cell is 5 because it's in the same box as all of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That makes this one 3. Okay, for this group that means we now know that they're 1, 2, 4, 5 to make 12. So that is progress. Here we've got a 2 and a 1 in those 2. Okay, that is something. We can remove a 3 from that one as well because of the 3 in the same column. And this can't be 5 now. Must be 7, 8 or a 9. And in fact, in the corners of this box, we must have 7, 8 or 9 in all of them because the other 6 numbers have been taken. That might mean we've got some restrictions on the 17 cage. Now it's got a 9, 8 or 7 in. No, maybe not. That's even with a 9, there's still 2 possibilities for the rest of it. What else can we do though? 3, 5, 1, 2. Not too sure how we make progress from here. Yes I am. Look, 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 in this box now. The other 4 cells have to be 6, 7, 8 and 9. That gives us a quadruple down this column. 6, 7, 8, 9 must be in those 4 cells, and this one below them can't be 7, 8 or 9, therefore it must be the 5. So we can take 5 out of those other cells. So that is useful. And this 17 cage Okay, let's look at this cell. If this wasn't a 6, then the minimum these two could be is 7 and 8. That's 15, and that would be too much to allow these two cells to be filled with different numbers. So that is a 6. We can take 6 out of the top row possibles. And 6 can't go with 9 because that would be 15 in the two cells. So it's 6 and 7 or 8, and that's 13 or 14. And that must go with 1, 2 or 1, 3. So there's definitely a 1 in one of those, and the other one's a 2 or a 3. This one can't be a 3. That gives us a 1, 2 pair in the row. So we can take 1 and 2 out of that cell. 1 and 2 must be in those 3 along there. That can't be 6. And now we've got a 7, 8, 9 triple there. That's interesting. Now, is there any further way to make progress? Oh, yeah, okay, since one of those must be 1, this one isn't a 1. It's not that helpful, but what else can we see? 7, 8, 9 here means these can't be 7. 7 must be down here. Oh, look. Okay, those 7 being in one of those two cells means that for box 4 here, 7 can't be in those 3 cells. It also can't be in this one because we've got a 7, 8, 9 triple in row 6. So that's ruling out 7 from all of those. So one of these in the 15 cage has to be 7. The other 3 digits in a 15 cage with a 7 have to add up to 8. So they must include a 1. That means this one is not a 1. We can put in 2 there. That's fixing all sorts of things. That had to have a 1 in it in those two. 6, 8, 9, 17 with an 8. Just to finish off that cage, let's take out those 1s and 7s. We know there's 1 and 7 in the cage. Therefore, we know the other numbers are 4 and 3 because they can't involve 2. Sorry, I'm putting them in like that. That one can't be a 7. Now, that is progress. Now we've got an 8 in this box, so we can take 8 out of those two. They're a 7, 9 pair now, so this is 8. And this one isn't, but these 7, 9 pair, I can't distinguish between them yet. And this 26 cage now, which previously could have been various things, but now it can't have an 8 in it, and that's key. 9, 7, and another 10, 6, 4. It has to be 9, 7, 6, 4. You'll see if you try it that any other combination of digits that don't involve 8 must have a repeat. So that's brilliant. Now we've got 3, 2, 5 down here, and I can see 2 and 5, so that's 3, and these are a 2, 5 pair. This one can't be 1 or 3 anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 7 used. And look, remember one of these is 9 and we've got 8 there. So these two can't be 9 and 8. 9 and 8 must be a pair up here. We can work out which way round because of that 8. These two must be 5 and 6. And that sorts out the 2 and 5 on the end. Okay. That's nice. Now, what else have we got? This 23 cage isn't as helpful as you'd hope. I mean, we've got possible sums all the way from 12 to 15 there. So this can be anything from 8 to 11. And there's quite a lot of ways of making that up. This 13 cage... Well, it hasn't got a 1 in. That's interesting. There's got to be a 1 in one of those two. So 1 in this box must be in those 3. But there's still a few possibilities for 13 without a 1. Actually, 1's there and there and there and there mean we can place a 1 in the corner up here. Which is surprising to be able to get that. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about the corners now. You would think that in a puzzle which the caged area is confined within that square, and there are no clues effectively about what's in the perimeter, that the corners wouldn't really matter. The perimeters wouldn't matter and the corners least of all. I'm just wondering though, what's going to happen if we add up all the cages? I'm going to do it. It may be a pointless exercise, but 18 and 12, 30, plus 23, 53, plus 17 is 60, 70, plus 11, 81, 15, 96, 112, 138. They get bigger now. 167, 190, 203, 225, 233. Remember that for me. And then if I was to add on 4 lots of 45 for the perimeter, which was 180 to 233, I get 413, which is 8 more than the sum of the whole grid, which has to be 9 lots of 1 to 9, which is 9 45s, which is 405. 413 is 8 more than those, and that is some fairly extensive arithmetic to deduce that that 8 is the sum of the 4 corners, which I've effectively counted twice. If I count the whole section inside this square, that was my 233. Then that's 45, that's 45, that's 45, and that's 45. The only 4 cells I've counted twice are the 4 corners, and I've just concluded that if my arithmetic is right, and let's just assume it is for now, that they add up to 8. And so they are all small. That's a 1. Look, this cannot be small. This has to be a 4, because 2, 3, and 5 are gone in the column. 4 plus 1 is 5. That can be a 1, 6. That has to be a 2, which obviously has to be more than either of those numbers that it sees. So this works, and that is probably going to be very helpful. I would be absolutely amazed if that wasn't entirely deliberate design within this puzzle. And very neat too, I may say. Now, the next puzzle is to work out if that actually helps. So, across the top, we've got 2, 7, 8, 9, 1, 6, well, it's in one of those 2 cells, so one of these now is a 6. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4 here. Obviously, they can't be 6. 6 moves on to down here. We've got a lot less information down at the bottom. But we've got this 4 in this box with the 8 cage. So we now know the 8 cage is 1, 2, 5, because it's not 1, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. That is a 5. Sorry, that is a full 5. And that puts a 5 down here. That's kind of timely. I was going to say these can't be 5, and that's helpful because it puts 5 up here, but it doesn't necessarily, because 5 could be in that cell. 5, 1, 2, 4, 3. 3 can't be here because of that 3. So 3 is in one of these. I don't know if that helps. Oh man, I thought we were getting there. This 18 cage, well, we knew it didn't have a 1 in already. Not much has been done. This 13 cage. What about this 18 opposite? It's It's obviously not got a 1 or a 2, and that does start limiting it. It also doesn't have a 6, because 6 is up here in the box. So it could be, if it had a 3 in it, it would have to be 3, 7, 8. Or 4, 5, 9. They're the only possibilities. It's intriguing that all 1, 2, 6 taken out, and this has to be the 3 of the other 6 digits, either 3, 7, 8 or 4, 5, 9. But look, 5 and 4 can't be in there. If this was 3, 7, 8, where would 4, 5 and 9 go? 4 and 5 would have to go up there to avoid being in the same column as 4 and 5, and they can't both be there because there's a 6. So this isn't 3, 7, 8, it is 4, 5, 9. I honestly don't know if that's the intended solution path, but my God, I'm grateful that I've got something to go on there, because this was not easy. So 3, 6, 3 got pushed up there because of that 3 and formed a pair with the 6 that we already knew was up there. That leaves 7 and 8 for those 2 cells in the column. That leaves 6 and 9. That fixes this cage, thank God. 7 and 9 there. That fixes that 7 as well. Down here we can put in 3 and 8. I don't know if that's going to be as helpful because this box is so empty at the moment. Let's carry on up the top. 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 5 here. That puts 3 and 7 here. Ah, look, these 2 can't be 5 because of that 5 and that 5. So 5 is there. That fixes that 6 as well. 4 and 6 there. 4, 6, 1, 3, 8. Well, maybe we can do this 13 now. If we can't use 4 and 6, it could be 2, 3, 8. I kind of bet it is. 5 and 7. Yeah, it's 2, 3, 8. That's the only possibility. Don't know why that was harder to do in my head than some of the other sums. So 5, 7 and 9 in these 3 cells. Well, that one at the top sees 5 and 7. So that's 9. We can carry on with 5 and 7 there. And this cage can be completed now. That's 22 plus 1 is 23. Right, the 1 fixes that 2 and 1. There you are. The 2 has to come out of there. That puts a 2 here in that cage. Okay, along the bottom, 1, 5, 7, 3, 8, 4. This is 2, 6, and 9. That one has to be the 2 because it's got 6 and 9 in the column. 6 and 9 there with 1, 5. Well, this is a cage of 3, 8, 4, 7. This one can't be 3 or 7. Oh, this one can't be 7 too. This one can't be 8. We're not done yet, but there's probably a lot of eliminations I haven't done yet. So that can't be 1. That can't be 2. That can't be 1 or 3. Again, I'm just kind of hoping something pops open here. Oh yes, this has to be a 4 now. 6, 7 and 9 are now gone in the row. Okay, that can't be 7. That can't be 9. This can't be 2. This can't be 6 or 4. That can't be 4. Let's just get rid of the last of the corner notation because it's not necessarily helpful. And I'm OCD enough to just want it out. Now, what else am I not spotting yet? 9. That 9 has fixed this 6, 9 pair, which fixes the 4, 6 pair over there. This one can't be 4. 5, 1, 9, 6, 2. That 8 has actually sorted out the 3, 8 pair. That was probably sorted out immediately. That does 6 and 3 at the top. That 6 fixes this 9, which is slightly different from the rest of the symmetry, so that might help. Yeah, this 4 rules out 4 from those 2. So we can put 4 in there. This is a 7 now. 3-7 is resolved because of the 3 in the middle. That 7-3 fixes 7-8. I mean, this is so pretty the way this unfolds. That's now a 9. This is an 8 because there's a 6 and 9 below it. So 6 there. 4 in this cage is now here. It's not in one of these because of that 4. 9 and 5 can be finished there. Oh, that must have knocked on down here. That can't be 4. This can't be 7. 3 and 8 here have been disambiguated by that 3, so we can put 3 in there. Now the 3 in this box has to be here because of the 3 we put in. That's 4, that's 8, that's 7. They're all done. Oh, I mean, I'm enjoying this bit because it feels like I'm finished. That has to be 1 now. And the last number in the column is a 3. That's 1. That's 3. 2, 4 and 6 in that box. Oh, and 4 can't be in those two. So 6 there, 4 there, 2 there. 4 there now. 1 and 7. 6, 6 and 7. 2 and 5. I don't think I've made any mistakes. This all looks like it's working. What a lovely puzzle. I mean, that really is brilliant. You know, in each phase, there was no impossible step. I suppose, counting the whole boxes, I'd be intrigued to know if you've solved this a different way without adding up the total of the cages. That was, you know, I didn't see that at the beginning as a potentially useful step. And it's a bit odd that it took me to get one corner before I spotted that it might be. Lucky in a way, because if I'd done it at the beginning and found they added up to 8, I might have known it would be significant, but I wouldn't have known when. And as it happened, I worked it out at the time that it was really helpful because I could fill in the 4 straight away. What a clever puzzle. I mean, that's just a lovely killer. I hope you enjoyed it if you tried it. I hope you enjoyed following along if you didn't. And thanks very much for watching. I do hope everybody stays safe. And good luck out there. Hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. And bye for now.